Hello peoples, today I'm going to be doing a review for Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 1. I was very, very nervous going into this episode because the trailers didn't necessarily sway me one way or the other. It was very on the nose like a buddy cop movie. And I'm fine, well not movie, TV show, which I'm fine with buddy cop, but it was very on the nose and a lot of comedy that did not stick the landing for me. And so I, of course, was very nervous. I'm like, I hope Marvel doesn't throw you too much comedy. Because the reason why I'm going with that is because the movie that made us fall in love with Falcon and the Winter Soldier was Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And so the fact that, and that was a there is some jokes in there, but overall it's a fairly serious movie. It's one of the more serious movies in the MCU, and that's why it's one of my favorites. And so I rewatched Captain America: The Winter Soldier to like kind of set my expectations to be like, this is who these characters are to me. This is where I think they're at their prime, where they're at their best, where they're best shown off. And so I was very happy to see that the first episode was not even an homage to. It was a homage to Winter Soldier. It had a serious tone, and it was everything I didn't even know I wanted, and it gave me everything I wanted out of this first episode. It really did. And these trailers threw me off, but I watched this first episode and I was just blown away. This movie has an extremely serious tone, and I'm really happy. There are jokes here and there, but none of them were like Marvel jokes. They were just jokes people would say. It didn't unnecessarily feel forced. I love how we dive into the personal lives of Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the first episode. It goes where they are mentally, emotionally, and especially Falcon. They go with his sister and his storyline with that, and that's actually really interesting, and his nephews as well. The action here, the Falcon opening sequence, I was blown away. It looked really great. For a TV show, it looked great for a TV show, and like hand-to-hand combat wise, well, not flying combat wise, it was pretty cool. But without a doubt, what stole this episode for me is the fact that we got a flashback sequence with Winter Soldier while he was Winter Soldier, and he has that terrifying music cue in, and he is just killing all these people, and and how it relates to the rest of the episode, and how he's trying to right his wrongs, and I just love that storyline so much. Yeah, and by the way, if you guys have watched, since I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier recently, the terrorist that Falcon is taking out at the very beginning is the same actor and terrorist that Captain America beat up at the very beginning of Winter Soldier. Yeah, I didn't realize it at first, but and I looked at him like, wait a second, guys. It's the guy from Winter Soldier, and it just blew my mind. And so, like I said, it was definitely Winter Soldier, and I was like, I want Winter Soldier stuff, and it gave me Winter Soldier stuff, and I was very happy to see that. So, I'm very impressed with this episode. I like the villain's setup, but from what I seen in the trailer, I could kind of already tell this villain's gonna be one of those throwaway villains. I'm still gonna give these villains a chance. The idea that they're giving this villain is really great. I love the idea that they think the world's better when the blip they kind of side with Thanos, and that I love that idea, and so I can't wait to see where they go with that. But I'm just, from the trailers, especially the design, I'm just very apprehensive about this villain, but who knows, it might be really great. Probably the main thing is that I think that's the actress that was in Solo, and she was in a really forgettable role, but that's the only way that's kind of swaying me that way. Plus, it's Marvel. Villains aren't their strong points, but who knows, she could be really great. Who knows? And the great ending with the new Captain America, and it's just, actions, well, the writing was so good, you didn't have to see Sam say, oh, that's BS. You didn't have to see him. You already know he was thinking it. And he barely showed any emotion, which was the point. And you could just tell that he hated that idea because that's how good the writing is in this episode. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 9.1 out of 10. Love this episode. I'm really excited to see what they have for the future. So yeah, anyways, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.